All right, so agree or disagree? Boxing, BJJ, and most traditional martial arts are not appropriate for self-defense because they don't account for multiple attackers nor the use of weapons. What do you think? Well, let me fact check that for you. From the Bureau of Justice Statistics National Crime Victimization Survey in 2021, data shows that approximately 80% of violent incidents involved just a single offender, and roughly 5% involved multiple offenders, including gang assaults and group fights. Now, what about weapons? Well, the FBI crime statistics from 2022 indicates that about 65 to 70% of all assaults, including aggravated assaults, were simple assaults, which typically don't involve weapons. Now, there are some contextual exceptions, like certain urban areas or nightlife environments, things like bar fights or social violence that involve bystanders or friends. Now, these get the most attention on social media, despite them being statistically far less common. Now, I'm not suggesting that training weapons defense or multiple attackers is not useful. I'm suggesting that learning to defend yourself against just one offender does reflect reality, and a much more probable reality at that. And the truth is that it's going to be a much easier path for a sport combat athlete or traditional martial artist to transition their skill sets contextually for the street than it is for a reality-based combatives guy to develop actual striking and grappling skills. And look, I've met plenty of street-smart guys who also happen to enjoy Aikido or Wing Chun, just as I've met totally naive or physically frail Krav Maga, Filipino martial arts, and combatives practitioners that somehow think they're ready for battle. So when folks propose that traditional or sport combat martial arts are not appropriate for self-defense, they shouldn't be talking about skills, because these people are very skilled and often also street smart. So the deficiency may be contextual, but even that is somewhat of an exaggerated fallacy. Like, a high-level jiu-jitsu athlete is not going to drop to the pavement and invite an attacker into their guard in a street altercation. And a boxer isn't going to wait for a bell to engage. However, there needs to be some focus on how efficiently skills are developed and appropriately modified outside the sportive arena or the relative sterility of the dojo. So, just because someone chooses combat sport or traditional martial arts as their chosen hobby or lifestyle, that doesn't automatically mean they aren't equipped for safety and self-defense. Thanks for watching.